I think spring is actually sprung. It is a beautiful day. It's warm. It's, well, I say it's warm. It's just not freezing cold. And, yeah, it feels pleasant. Feels like England... Shut up. Feels like England's definitely on the turn. So I'm going to go out and play some holes today. We're going to go and play probably like 6-7 holes. Tomorrow I'm filming a match against Jordan Brooks, who's a long drive or ex-long drive competitor, now plays more golf. Going out to Birmingham tomorrow, so just really getting the game in shape. As always, just the daily practice. And we're just going to take you through it in a very raw format. As you can see, we're at the practice facilities at Woburn today. Luckily enough that they allowed me to come up for the day and film. No, I'm joking. We just got a basic little chipping area, but we're just working through technique. So I'm currently in two minds between whether setting the wrists feels more comfortable or just almost taking the wrists out of it, a la, Jason Day, where he's very much just arms and body, or just body, which controls the arms and the club head. The reason I went recently when I was just playing around with technique, as you know, we've been working through this stuff, just keeping the VSP up as high as possible, just to get low point in a good place. I've just been hitting a few chips recently, and I feel like setting the wrist just adds something else to timing. Whereas if you're very much just body, you can hit nice little chunks like that, but be happy about it. But now the reason that I went to feeling a bit more sort of like wrists and arms is just to stop the lower body, or quiet the lower body, because my lower body goes like this, which drags the club inside. So I'll be trying to just limit that as much as possible. But I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable keeping the lower body nice and still, and doing that with just a nice, simple, like really simple, just arms and body feel, like that. Just seems like a much more consistent way of finding a strike. And I was looking at just a lot of very good chippers, and there's not that much going on. I know Phil Mickelson says he, does the old hinge and hold, but yeah, it's not a lot going on. So this is what we're working through. Just stand nice and close, ball back, weight forward, body. Feels pretty good. So this could probably be the best test that you could have. This is, so the bunker's down there, and obviously this is all sort of sandy turf. And you know what it's like playing off sandy turf. There's no margin for error at all. So this is probably a good place to practice chipping. Really have to get low point in a good place. Right, so nice and close, lean forward, body. And they're coming out nippy. That was the only thing that I was worried about. If I went, because if you shorten the length of the arc, it's easier to be steeper. And the wider you take it, the harder it is to keep that angle of attack in a good place on the to basically just to keep it going down. So like if it's I'll start again. If it's really wide, then it's going to naturally be shallower rather than if you set the wrists really early. But just seeing the ball flight coming off with those shots, getting the weight forward, getting the ball back a bit, the ball flight's coming off. You can see it's launching low. It's a slight downslope here, and we're playing onto an upslope, but it looks like it's sub 30 degrees. Just from correlating that with what I've seen before on launch monitors when I'm chipping. So weight forward, nice and close, body, and I can just focus on, because you're so close to the ball, the clubs are more inclined to work back along the line rather than work back inside. I think the further you stand away from it, the more it's going to go inside. So all I've really got to focus on, all I'm focusing on here, once I am stood close to the ball, is just get the weight forward and then just keep the lower body really still. That's really nice. Excuse me. Still a bit wintry. Jesus. Yeah. Just very simple. Just simplifying the action completely. I mean, this is in such a different place than where it was. And just in case you haven't seen any recent videos, my chipping used to be like here, inside and closed, and I just suffered with low point control and always catching it heavy. And then that led to the John McClanes and the Hans Grubers. But now, we're just getting it back to like a nice, safe place. Stand close, pull slightly back, lean forward, all arms and body. And simple as F. Johnny boy. Right, so we're playing 4 holes. Absolutely ripping it on the range. It's just really feeling nice and simple at the moment, so yeah, feeling good. See if we can take it to the course. Just a nice little 3-iron off the first. Oh, it's tuggy. That is tuggy. 1 for 5. Downhill. Let's play a little wedge. That could be in. Tiny bit deep. Okay, 64 yards. Just put one down here because I've been doing a lot of work from this yardage. Just really trying to simplify this pitching action because like this is my thing this year. The thing that's really gonna take me to another level in terms of golf is I just need to get really good inside of 100 yards. Like I have this yardage so much, especially playing the fairly short courses in the West region that I'll be playing on this year, and generally English courses. I don't really have to worry about distance, and I hit it pretty well, but I've got to get really, really sharp from this distance. So putting and inside 100 yards is going to be the main focus, and then we're just going to try and just keep the long game pretty simple. So 64 yards, just been working on just trying to get a little more, since getting the chipping action a bit more, standing a bit closer, hands a bit higher, and having a bit more body led. We're trying to get the pitching action sort of like an in-between full swing and chipping action. So that's what we're going to try now. It's the first time on the course I've tried this. Just hands high, pretty close, weight forward, and just chest led, and it's really nice that. I actually remember the only time I've ever been pretty handy with a wedge is when, it was about 3 years ago actually. I was working on this, high handle, weight forward, and very much like Jason Day-esque. So just simple, and you've got none of this to add speed in different areas, and the fact that you're keeping your weight forward, and it's a very simple action, just makes it easy to find strike as well. So right, handle up, lean forward. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very good. And then it's just a case of where we go and work on it, because ideally, you know, we need to go. Where was I hitting that from? Here. We need to go find somewhere that's, well, that allows it. It's not so easy in Devon to find somewhere where you've got a decent practice facility that you can hit off grass and hit wedges, you know. So all part of the process, as they say, John. Okay, we've got 4-iron in hand, straight off the winter mat. Just going to hit a couple here. It's like one on the first. Yeah, just a bit, one of those. Like not really warmed up again. And just body stopped. It's nice. Oh, that's lovely. Really good, that. 74. This is where it's like probably easier to hit this dead arm 56. Oh wow. Wow. That's good. It's a lot better. It's a lot better. We're not putting, by the way, just because it's English wintergreens time, unfortunately. And we've got a Parkland course, and it's pretty much been shut for the last week or so. Just really getting back to play now. So yeah, the greens have just been done, and it's not really worth it. Right then, little test on the golf course. See what this chip in action can do. So, yeah, I guess this is more realistic scenario out here on the golf course, that you're actually trying to go for a routine and look at shots and hit them rather than just hit ball after ball. So, just really going to focus technique-wise on getting in the right place setup-wise, and then I can just dead arm it. So, trying to pitch this like halfway to the hole. Oh mate, that's so good. That's like nipped and coming out spinny. Really nice trajectory. That's like the flight you want with that nippy spinner. It just shows that, you know, you are generating a lot of spin. And that was the worry I had, like when I went away from getting like this, so getting a bit wider, I thought there's a possibility it's going to get too shallow. But just basically getting everything, getting all the steepness worked in set up, allows me to just use the bigger muscles. Yeah. Good, really good that. Okay, last couple of shots of the day. Got 133, uphill. And yeah, it's warming up now, so I no longer have to add like 5, 7, 10%, which is nice. just playing a bit further. I mean, it's like 9-10 degrees, and it just feels nice because the sun's out and I've got a strong wind in your face. Little turned over. Nice. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go and pick those up. Like, I'm not hitting any putts today just because there's no point. We're playing Whittington Heath tomorrow against Jordan, and the greens up there are going to be great, quick. It's a very, very dry course, Whittington. So I'm going to go hit some balls, just probably hit like 100 balls, and then we'll have a chat in the car just about this shoulder. Just to get to this shoulder, because I explained it in yesterday's video, but just in case you haven't seen it, I went and saw a specialist, and because I did my shoulder when I was like 16, 17, sort of half tore the rotator. That area's never been properly healed, so there's a muscle that attaches over the shoulder, comes from the trap over the shoulder, and it's just full of scar tissue. So I'm having shockwave therapy, which is like this gun that shoots pulses or something down into the muscle, forms micro tears, and then that muscle then recovers. So it's a bit of a lengthy process. It's going to take a month or so to start seeing some real results, and every time I see him, we're also doing massage. I always used to get really tight shoulders, and I used to think I was just sleeping on my neck funny. Every now and again I'd wake up with really tight shoulders, but like that just being completely locked up doesn't allow the shoulder to work properly, and then everything else just like freezes up. So yeah, it's not been much fun. It's not really hindered my golf that much, but just not being able to move not being able to like separate in the downswing stuff, it can't be helpful. So I can imagine, I'm going to start seeing some results. It's going to stop hurting, which is going to be nice over the next few weeks or so, hopefully. And it's already starting to free up. So yeah, moving in the right direction. Like I said, I'm heading up to Whittington Heath tomorrow to play Jordan Brooks, who is a ex-long drive pro, still absolutely bombs it. And we're going to film front nine match play, back nine stroke play. So 2 great playing videos coming. I'm going to try and do this series on like an almost daily basis. So if there's not a match going up, we'll generally get out one of these. They're very easy to film, very easy to edit, and it just allows me to sort of turn the camera on and not really think, oh, how am I going to create content today? But I'm focused more on my golf, and I can just film what I'm doing to get better. So yeah, it sort of works for me. Hope this is still decent content. Anyway, I'm gonna go get back, do some editing, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a good one. Heading up to see him, we'll film a bit on the range with him, have a bit of a chat, and then some really good course vlogs coming. So subscribe if you have not already, and I will catch you tomorrow.